If you look online, making money seems like it always happens from a beach chair. But to see what it actually takes to generate reliable cash in your neighborhood, you usually have to look at the floor. Local service businesses consistently post some of the highest profit margins out there. Because you aren't storing thousands of units of inventory in a warehouse or paying for international shipping, nearly every dollar you collect after basic expenses stays in your pocket. But high margin does not mean low friction. In local services, you aren't selling physical products. You're selling your own time, your own energy, and often your own physical endurance. We can immediately cross a few categories off the list. HVAC and plumbing boast massive margins, but they require years of licensing, apprenticeships, and heavy regulation. If you're a beginner starting today, those aren't an option. That leaves you with a very specific choice. You either trade your physical sweat for fast cash, or you trade your free time to learn technical systems. This chart maps the top beginner-friendly businesses. The bottom axis is the startup cost and skill barrier. The vertical axis is profit margin potential. Notice almost all good options cluster near the top, but they split left and right. On the left, we have businesses like cleaning and basic handyman services. The barrier to entry here is virtually zero. Because the work relies on manual labor, the time to first dollar is incredibly short, often less than a week. Now look at the right side. Digital marketing services offer similar profit margins, but the upfront time investment is much steeper, pushing the skill barrier to the right, even though the long-term scalability is practically unlimited. Long-term success in these local niches depends on matching your personal bandwidth to the specific type of entry friction you are most equipped to handle. Let's look at the bootstrapper path first. Residential cleaning is the ultimate lean operation. You buy a mop, bucket, and basic supplies for under $200, or use what's under your sink for $0. But the cost isn't financial. The cost is the sheer, repetitive, intense physical labor required to scrub baseboards, deep clean bathrooms, and haul equipment from house to house. In exchange for that labor, you secure a fast path to your first paying client. And because people need their homes cleaned regularly, you lock in highly predictable 20 to 50% profit margins on weekly recurring contracts. Eventually, you hit a wall. Attempting to scale a demanding manual labor business on your own physical energy leads straight to total exhaustion. To grow beyond yourself, you have to hire. That introduces a new bottleneck: managing minimum wage labor. You trade physical exhaustion for the mental friction of constantly recruiting, training, and replacing employees. You can relieve some of that physical burden through the equipment path. Businesses like landscaping and pressure washing require a moderate capital bump, usually between $500 and $2,000 to get started. This matrix breaks down economics. Cleaning takes zero capital, while landscaping requires machinery. Watch the margins. Equipment leverage commands a higher hourly rate, boosting revenue per hour, but advertised margins shrink in reality. Seasonal weather and equipment wear and tear silently eat into your actual take-home pay. Physical service businesses offer the most reliable, immediate cash flow available to a beginner, but their long-term growth is always capped by human exhaustion and broken machines. Now, let's flip the model entirely and look at the scalar path. Local digital marketing operates as the exact opposite of physical services. You hold zero physical inventory and buy zero machines. Instead, you pay with your time upfront. You have to sit down and master search engine optimization, paid advertising, and Google Business Profile Management before you can offer anything of value. Looking back at the matrix, adding digital marketing drops startup capital back to zero. You already own the laptop. With no physical cost of goods or mowers to repair, digital margins routinely exceed 70% once you acquire the skills, and you don't hit a physical bottleneck. A single operator can manage a dozen recurring monthly clients from a desk without ever lifting a heavy object. But the friction here is in the sales process. You will spend days cold calling skeptical business owners who get pitched marketing services every single week. Selling invisible digital services without an established portfolio to prove your competence is a steep uphill battle. It takes time to convince someone to trust you with their online reputation. Digital marketing offers absolute long-term scalability and margin control. To get there, you must survive a brutal, profitless learning curve at the very start. Choosing between these models starts with an audit of your current constraints, your available time, your liquid capital, and your physical stamina. This decision tree maps your fit. First, do you need cash this week? If you need immediate cash flow, follow the path to launch a cleaning or detailing business today. If you have time to study, build a high-margin digital marketing side hustle. Whichever vehicle you choose, the first step to actually launching it into the local market is completely non-negotiable. Your absolute top priority is acquiring a single test client. Forget about optimizing for premium prices on day one. You complete that first job at a steep discount, or even for free. Your only goal is to capture a highly converting local testimonial and before and after proof. You sacrificed a profit margin on job number one because that social proof is the exact leverage you need to charge premium, market rate prices for job number two. High profit margins aren't a lucky accident of the industry. They are the direct result of how effectively you manage the specific leverage, whether it's human labor, or mechanical equipment, or digital systems built into your chosen business model.